everybody.
Hi, you guys.
It's your girl Vicky,
And it's Coco.
and this is the Convict Pod.
How is everybody this week?
This has been a week. We've had election.
Yeah, we did.
What else happened?
I mean, the elections just really put
It's
a somber to everybody.
I feel like it started out as like a hopeful week for like both sides, and then it ended up being like a lot of angst and nervousness after finding out the results. But I wonder if that's only for like us who voted blue, because like it seems like the entire country voted red. And that is so scary.
When CNN pulled out that map, I'm like, say psych right now. I was like, there's
like, is this the rigged that he was talking about? Like I don't know.
and
I don't know. I want to say that to also say this. I'm saying blue and red just to simplify this election, not to say like I'm a Democrat. I don't feel like your party, like your electoral party, should be like a sports team in the sense where like you're a diehard Democrat or you're a diehard Republican. I feel like you vote based on what side you feel is making the right policy decisions and whatever, and that may sway at different parts. But in this case,
in this case, when CNN was projecting before the elections happened that it's going to be a close call, I was like, oh, okay, so this is like 2020 again. We're going to have to wait a couple days. They'll project a winner within the night, but you really got to wait for the vote.
Yeah.
And I feel like I feel the same every single time the elections are coming around. I just feel like anxiety, like stomach pains. Like I was just like I know it's out of my control, and I was one of those people that voted early, just do my civil duty. Like the lines on election day in New York City were insane, like hours you had to wait, which is understandable.
Yeah,
but for me, I was like, let me just vote. Like I personally just like, he is a bad man. Like he just is. And I really was hoping like Kamala would win, like there's always just that hope you have to have, because once you don't have hope anymore, like that's it, like game over. I feel like I've said that a lot before, even in private conversations.
Even if you don't subscribe to like, oh well, he said this, he said that, and you're just like, oh, that's media, it's media propaganda, and you don't want to believe all of that. His whole election, the only policy that I've ever heard him speak of was deporting like 1 million immigrants and tariffs. And I definitely don't agree with the tariffs, because I don't got money to pay for these damn tariffs. And to the immigrants, I feel like it needs to be a better bipartisan, really sit down, think about how we could handle this type of situation rather than just rake them all up and deport them, Yeah. So for the people who voted for him, I really don't get the why.
Yeah, neither do I. I don't understand how you as a person could vote for him.
Because even if, okay, you're a woman and you voted for him and you don't care about the reproductive rights situation, or you don't put the blame on him because all he really did was put the power back in the states and now you're letting the people decide. Okay, but it's irresponsible to take that protection away from women to begin with because of all the issues that can come from pregnancy. And it's just like, I don't feel like he has shown to be a leader that really is a critical thinker, in the sense where he's thinking of all of these variables or cares enough to think about these variables. I think he's more about power, and that's what his main interest is. But this isn't a political podcast.
No, but just to like piggyback off of that, he did say this will be the last election for United States of America.
And
like this is him just grabbing power and trying to be a dictator. Right. This is a fight against however people want to phrase it. Yes, we are a very divided country. No, this is also a fight for our democracy, which is what like
and
I can't.
Everybody's saying like, oh, we're gonna make America great again, and it's like, okay, well, what part of America was where was that? Because I'm sorry, I'm Black, so that wasn't like ever. And then I'm also a woman, so that wasn't like ever. So
we have a lot of things against us. We have a lot.
Trying to make America great. I didn't know we were gonna make it great again, because when was this? Run me back to that time. I'm sorry. Run me back.
I missed that. I missed that. Cliff Notes it for me, because I must have missed it.
I'm sorry. I don't understand. But also, it's been like not even 72 hours, and there's already like Black people are getting racist text messages, and it's already starting with the KKK and all of this again. And now I live in the South, so my anxiety is all the way through the roof.
Like, and I can only imagine that. Like, I've always, like, I've said this to you when we had the 2016 elections. Not you, sorry, like to people. We live in a New Yorkers, New York City people. We live in a bubble.
Yes.
Because for us, the fact that New Jersey almost turned red was insane to me.
Right.
Like, and New Jersey has never been considered a swing state. So for Jersey to almost turn red, Kamala won Jersey, but not by a lot. Like, that's scary. But the point is that in New York, we always live in a bubble. So I feel like it's always going to be known that New York is going to be blue. Mm-hmm. So because of that, there is a sense of like safeness. Like, we got Proposition 1 passed, like, it protects the abortion rights here. Mm-hmm. And also, why are women's rights always on the damn table? If I want to get 20 abortions, guess what? I can't. It's my body, my choice. Like, don't fucking like control what I'm doing.
Fucking men's rights on the fucking table for a change.
Right. Why can't men get vasectomies?
Exactly. Okay. How about that?
Why can't they take the birth control? Like,
how about they're forced to take birth control from a certain age? How about that? And then I also want to say, like, I chose to stay in Florida because it's like, yes, we did end up voting red, but not by that much. And then also we missed the percentage. We needed 60% of votes in order to pass the abortion protection bill, and we got 57%. So I feel like Florida was once considered a swing state. We have voted red in the past few elections, but we're right there. We're right there. And I have hope that as a lot of old people die, sorry, old people, we will become more blue. Or at least more liberal, in the sense where, like, we're not having an abortion ban where you can't get an abortion past 6 weeks.
And also, it's the thing is too, when there's like procedures, like if you have the fetus unfortunately doesn't have a heartbeat, right? And you need to get a DNC, I believe it's called. Mm-hmm. Or if you have an ectopic pregnancy, these things, unfortunately, you do have to get an abortion because they have to clean it out. It's unsafe for you. You could get sepsis and die.
Before anybody votes on an abortion bill, I want them to explain to me what an ectopic pregnancy is. Because explain to me why you can't have an abortion if you're both going to die without it. Like, explain to me.
That's what I'm saying. And I feel like that they'd be like, oh no, that's King Gotcha. Unfortunately, there's not a child to say that there's no heartbeat. Like,
nobody, like, then the rhetoric of like Democrats wanting an abortion in the second, third trimester. Shut up. Okay, shut up.
Isn't it like also like, what is it? You can get an abortion after what?
Well, that's what they try to argue. Trimester. Yeah, that's what they try to argue, that with Roe v. Wade, you can get an abortion in like the third trimester, and it's like, no, that's not what that is. Called a C-section. That's not what
That's what it is. I'm not. Nobody's saying we're getting abortions in the 9th month. That's just a C-section. Like, you could definitely give birth. Like,
Stop
what
it.
we're saying is like, if I know I'm pregnant early and I don't want it, or something happened to me, it's my choice. Leave me be. Leave me be. Whatever happens in my body, in my own house, leave me be.
Mm-hmm.
But I just, again, I like being a minority and then being a woman. Like, it's always been stacked against us, always. And so it's just like, when I see even we're not gonna like really take long on this pod talking about the elections, because it's we have to talk about it because we both were deeply affected. Like, when I texted Vicky, I'm like, at least New York, passed like the protection of abortion. She was like, we can't get abortions in Florida, and like, that really real shocked me, where I was like, wow, like, yes, I understand that, but sometimes to like just have somebody that like in those places like there.
Right.
But like, the only thing that I'm upset about is that it wasn't even a close race either. And then it's always like these rural areas that I feel like red definitely does a job of going to them, where
Mm-hmm.
blue, I don't know if they do or not. But I just can't believe also that the red party didn't decide to choose another candidate. Like, that's where I was just like, what are we doing? But then you can also say the same thing for blue, because President Joe Biden had not yet dropped out, giving Kamala only such a like handful of time. You know what I mean? So it was just like, listen, like, unfortunately, like, and I don't think anybody's talking about what is it, Project 2025,
Right.
where they're gonna be like doing like all that list that came. Like, how are you, like, for people that voted for him, like, do you think he's gonna separate us by like saying you voted for me, you not, so like you're not going into the camps? Like, we're all the same in their eyes. Like,
I really
like,
don't.
what are you guys like? What you're turning your back against your own people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get it twisted. We are all the same in their eyes. Like,
literally.
So, I always have a feeling, and this is what every single election, and I'm sorry, Vicky, that you live there, but Florida is always red. Like, I hope Florida one day will turn blue, but from what we've seen, it's always red.
I think
there was like an article that I read one day that like during this week, they're like, "Oh, Texas might turn blue," and I'm like, that would be crazy to Texas to turn blue.
That's the thing. So like, one, Florida voted for Obama, so that's why it's called a swing state, because it has voted blue. But also, a lot of people are migrating to these places. So like Texas and Florida, a lot of people are coming here from like California and New York. So it's starting to shift.
But they go into the city parts like Miami,
right?
Like Tampa.
And that's the other thing. Like these places have Florida is huge and Texas is huge. So it's like, yeah, we're coming in by the thousands. We're coming in, we're moving in, and we're trying to like, we're putting influence. But it's also like, it hasn't made a dent yet. But
again, we have to have hope.
Right, because Texas and Florida was not the same if you look at like Alabama or Louisiana, where it was like 90% of the people voted Trump. And she literally had like 3% of the vote, Like here it was more like, I think it was 47-53. So that's a lot
that sounds
closer.
about right.
Yeah.
CNN doing the projections, I was like, I'm getting anxiety. That election night, I put myself to sleep because I was like, I can't do this. Woke up at 3 a.m, sure panic. I was like, and like,
yes, that's when we both woke up. We
texted each other.
Yeah.
So, my family dog Vicky is staying with me this week, and I heard her whimper, so I woke up because I just didn't want her to bark. It was like, and then I was like, oh my god, I was like, it's 3 a.m. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna check my phone. I'm like, in my mind, I was like, there's no way. And guess what? There was a way, apparently. And I was like, and I was just looking at my phone, and then like the anxiety, and then I had to turn on the TV. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I turned the TV, I was like, I saw the map, and I was like, say psych right now. When like CNN was like, it's about to be declared, calling it at 4:15, I was like, in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. And then Vicky had woke, I guess, because I texted Vicky. Vicky answered. I'm like, you're awake? Mm-hmm. And then I was like, yeah, we can't go back to sleep in this. I was like,
I woke
can I?
at like 2:36 a.m. and I looked, and the TV was still playing. Me and my husband fell asleep to like the election going on. And I woke up and he had 267 electoral votes, and she had like 213, I think. And I was just like, ah, it doesn't even matter anymore about that one state that didn't have the votes because the machines.
Bro, when Pennsylvania turned, I was like, yeah, that's it.
And
I was
she
like,
was
that
winning in
solidified
the
it.
beginning. And it looked like she was going to get Pennsylvania in the beginning, I remember. And then
it was swinging to blue. It was swinging to blue. And then all of a sudden.
Yeah. And I was like, damn.
And it was a somber day because then I still had to go to work the next day.
Yeah.
And though, like, a lot of people will say, oh, like, you know, New York does a lot of protest, things like that. That is true. I didn't. Sorry, Vicky's barking. I didn't think that it would. I feel like I wore black to like more of my rights, like at this point. And I saw a lot of people that, like, a lot of women like on the train and everything wearing like black, and I was like, okay, so we're all in the same mindset. I wanted to say, though, like, black is the official color of corporate America, so like, okay, I understand why we're doing this.
Yeah.
And just like a lot of people were like, oh, you should be worried about protests or anything. Yes, New York always protests, don't get me wrong, New York is always doing some shit, whatever, you know, but you just really gotta learn how to walk around New York. Like that day, it was just gloomy, like nobody wanted to talk. Everybody was like, you either had people that were yes and no, but you just like, I personally just felt defeated. I was just like, I don't even want to really, I wasn't really like focused. Like I had to do my job because I have to, but I was just like, okay, like now we have 4 years. God knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only remain so hopeful. And now, like, I was thinking just for my future, I'm just like, well, I want to hopefully, you know, bring a child into this world within the next 4 years. I'm gonna have to only stay in New York. Don't trust New Jersey, like at all.
Right.
No, I'm like, I'm gonna stay in New York, and I'm gonna stay here, and I'm gonna have to, you know, God willing, of course. But it's just like, what is gonna happen? You know, that's what we had to talk about. We had to obviously address it, something big that happened.
Yeah. I do want to say I did see a part of her speech when she did finally address everybody afterwards, and what she said was so powerful. I brought me to like a little bit teary-eyed. She was just basically like, you know, we didn't win this, but we don't give up the fight, and it's time to pull up our sleeves and we just keep on going. And she still inspired hope, and she still had her smile and her laugh, and I love that, you know, because no matter what goes on in life, you still have to have that mentality. You gotta roll up your sleeves, you gotta get ready, you gotta fight, and you gotta keep going. Like for the obstacles, you gotta keep pushing, you gotta, you know, find a way through the hurdle, and that's what it's all about. So I love that. But in lighter news, on last weekend, I went to R&B night.
Hey. Oh my God. Yes, let's talk about that. I got a FaceTime call from your girl at like 2, 3 in the morning. I was like, we're up?
I didn't even know how that happened. Like, I'm just like new to being out again. So first of all, my husband was so mad because he really wanted to go to this. Like, my husband loves R&B. Like, he's a singer. He loves R&B. He loves all the music, all of that. So he sent it to me and then our friends in Claremont to go as like a couples thing. But then my friend's husband had to go to New York, and we ended up not having a babysitter. So it ended up being just a girls' night with
girls' night.
So we went and we had a blast. Like we were just drinking and dancing and, you know, like singing all the songs, all the words. We're like, yes. And it's just one of those nights. And I feel like when guys hear girls' night, they're always like, oh, you want to talk to guys? You want to do that?
Oh my God.
The last thing we want to do is be bothered by the male species. Okay?
Exactly.
Unless he is making my drink. Like, that's it. Just give me my drink and be out of my face. Okay?
Exactly.
That is it.
Like, please.
It's exactly the night that we had. We just went, we sang, we danced, we drank, we had a good time. It was fun. I got home at like 1:40 in the morning. That was also the day of daylight savings time. So I don't even know how or what time I called you.
I saw the phone call and I answered. You were like, no. And I was like, okay. And I was like, okay. And I went right back to sleep. I was like, cool. She'll let me know later. And then I don't think I followed up with you. And I was like, oh, well, it happened. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
I
think
was
about
like, you could call. And I'm like, it's fine. Like,
yeah. I'm surprised you answered. You're good. I would be like, oh, bitch, I'm sleeping.
No, to be fair, I didn't put my phone on like the sleep mode.
Oh, okay,
so
okay. So
I
you went
just,
through.
So I felt that I like kind of was waking up and I was like, oh, I was like, damn, we about to do an emergency pod. I was like, what's going on? You were like this. You're like, no. And I was like, okay.
I think I tried to end it before it started because I was like, oh no, like I'm going to wake her up. Oh no.
Oh my God. No, but I'm glad you had a good time. It looked really fun too.
Oh, and then, okay, so we're on the line for the bathroom and she's looking at like the calendar for what's coming up in future events. And she sees a Harry Potter rave. So on the spot, she's like, I'm buying tickets. We're going to a Harry Potter rave. So
when?
So November 23rd.
Oh my
like 2
God.
weeks. So I have to get my Harry Potter outfit going and
your wand.
My wand, and we're gonna go rave it out. I'm terrified.
Oh my God, that's so much fun.
EDM. I love EDM, and I'm like, okay.
I'm down for this. Yes.
I am down for it. I am down. I'm super excited. I wonder if it's gonna be like, you know, the Harry Potter bands? Like the bands that make music, Harry Potter music?
Yes. I thought you said the dance. I was like, Harry Potter has dance.
I wonder if it's gonna be them. Or like that. Because it was kind of like ravey, right? Like that music is like rock. I remember it being like Voldemort. I don't know the words. But it was like that. It was that vibe.
I mean, it could give it EDM vibe. You could also just like change the tune and just like EDM it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm so excited. You gotta vlog it. Vlog.
Oh my God.
Vlog it.
So, I'm definitely gonna be updating you guys about that.
But yes, please do. That sounds like so much fun.
I feel like I'm
just out here.
No lives to having all the lives in the world. Like last weekend, I was at a R&B night. Next week, I'm gonna be in New York, and the week after that, I'm gonna be at a rave.
Yes, Vicky's coming to New York, guys. We're doing a Convict Life podcast.
Yes, we are.
It's gonna be so exciting. We're gonna look for a place, right, to film.
Oh, we are.
I don't know. I think you were just coming over. That's really fun. I can't wait for you to go to that rave. I can't wait to see the rave.
Oh my God, I'm scared. I think it starts at like 11 at night, and I'm like,
PM?
I'm gonna. Is there, there's like sleeping pills? Are there like awake pills?
Yeah, 5-hour energy shots.
There you go. That I'm gonna have
5 hours just. Oh, I heard such bad things, but I hear about bad things about like Red Bull, and I'm like, you know what? I still took it to college.
I've been drinking matcha. It'll be fine. It'll balance out.
It'll balance itself out in our body for sure. I do have a question, and this has been brought up to me before. Does your husband get mad if a man buys you a drink?
That's never.
Or would he get mad?
He would.
Really? Rich is a free fucking drink to support the economy.
I think he would. I think he would get mad because he would want to feel disrespected that the man has not realized that there is a man with me.
Right.
And then, yeah, like it hasn't happened, but he's been mad in situations where like a guy had said hi to me and like kind of like walked right past him, and or like things like that. So I'm
But he
pretty
hasn't gotten
sure.
mad at you. He's gotten mad at the situation.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
We'll go with that. But
you're a bad bitch. Let's never forget this.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? You know, I be trying to do a little something. But
okay, because you can still pull men, okay? Let's never forget that.
What I'm saying?
When Rich texts me later, he's like, shut the fuck up. I'll understand why.
You got me in trouble right now.
Trouble.
But no, yeah, I definitely think he would get mad.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, if a girl bought him a drink, I'd be like, so where's mine?
Okay, but to be real fair, what girl is buying men drinks? It's always the guys buying girls drinks.
That's true. But if there was, if there was,
I get I'll be like,
I would be like, we're a package deal, bitch. So
you want to see this ring on my finger? On his finger?
We appreciate it, but where's mine?
Now I want the
talk to me. Like, what are you doing? But yeah. Do you think Jose would be upset?
You know, we had these discussions before. He just always thinks like, I think if like a guy, like, and then I have to like, I think what he said was like, I would then like, the guy would think like it's a drink to buy like sex, and I'm like, no,
yeah,
it'd be a drink and you disappear. So I get it, but also support the free economy. Like, drinks are expensive.
He's putting money back in your pocket by.
Yeah, I was like, and sometimes I'll be like, I'll get two, one for you, one for me. Like, I'm not gonna just think about myself.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, hello, I'm thinking about us. We gotta save money. We're on a budget. Like, so with that, I'm just like, I get it. Obviously, like, you always have to like always put your partner's respect, but also it's just like, you know, it's a free drink. It's a free drink. I'm gonna take a free drink. Yeah. You know how much shots are? $14 for a shot. Are you fucking crazy?
Oh no.
Just shots in my house. But that was just always a question I wanted to ask, definitely, because you know, everybody has their different takes on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Now it's time for pop culture news.
Ooh, okay, I think we both have a lot to talk about here. Okay.
Do you want to go first or do I?
You can go first.
Okay, guys. So pop culture news. This is something I've been following for a couple of weeks. I actually started following when they first announced they were dating. So I feel like people will know who Brianna Chicken Fry is and Zach Bryan. The reason her last name is, as Vicky doesn't know why her last name is Chicken Fry, that's not her real last name. But from what I saw on TikTok, the origin of her saying chicken fries, because one day she took a picture of her legs and she's like, they look like chicken fries, and like that just kind of stuck. If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. But that's like what I saw on TikTok. Anyway, so Brianna Chicken Fry has had like, you know, boyfriends, whatever, before, and what she's always said in the terms now, what the kids are using now, is no longer cheating, is overlapping.
Oh my god. So not everything needs to be changed.
So, and then again, like, she claims like there were like a couple overlaps like before Zach, but like when she got with Zach, there was no overlap at all, right? Everybody was just like judging her because she had just gotten out of a relationship and jumped into a new one. But she has said it herself, like, she doesn't like to be alone, like she's a relation girly, which is something we'll unpack later. Now, Zach Bryan, who apparently, I didn't really know much about Zach Bryan. I knew he was like a country singer, like he was like his stardom was starting to rise.
Yeah.
And so when I found out when all this happened, so apparently he got married, like his first wedding was to a girl in the military that he has served with. He divorced her by sending her divorce papers through the mail.
No. Throw him away.
Then he started dating another girl. I don't know their names, and I'm sorry. He broke up with her, like didn't even warn her, just like kind of just broke up with her, like whatever, right?
No.
And they're always saying that like he may have cheated on his ex-girlfriend with Brianna, but like again, and then Brianna claims that it doesn't because like there's like different girls coming out. I don't really know that. The thing is, they got together, right? and they seem so cute. Like on social media, they seem really cute. She has her own podcast in Barstool called Plan Brie, and also she's on another podcast in Barstool with Dave Portnoy and Josh. It's called BFFs. And she's been like a real staple in the TikTok community, but when she got to Barstool, she like, I want to say she blew up even more.
Yeah.
And then she brought her best friend Grace along with it. And Brianna in the last few weeks have been facing a lot of controversy. They got together, right? Whatever. And the relationship looks so cute online. Like I didn't like whatever. Like I had seen her for when she first got to Barstool, and I saw the personality change, and I just thought she took on like Zach's personality kind of thing. Like she just took on this life. Like she became a roadie, like followed him all over tour across America. Like lived on a bus, like went to tour with him. Like she started changing a lot of her personality. Around 3 to 4 weeks ago, they broke up. She asked, can we just wait? Like, let me heal first before we put it out there. This man makes a Raya. It's now going around that he's on Raya. So everybody's like DMing Brianna, like, hey, your man's on Raya, this and that. And because he wanted to like not be like the cheating allegations, he then goes on Instagram, famous black let's say wallpaper with the writing, I just like to address something. Brianna and I have broken up. Didn't even warn her that he was gonna say that. Wrote all of this shit, and then he was like, "Please respect Brianna's privacy at this time." Like no remorse, like no remorse. What's
respect Brianna's
I'm saying? Like, and then she made a video. Then she made a video like on the bathroom floor crying. She's like, "Yeah, we broke up. Like it just happened like yesterday." Right. And now he's like it's a lot, right? And everybody was like dying to hear her story. Okay. She takes a break from social media, then she's back, whatever, right? She's like, I'm sorry, I can't believe I paused my life for a man. And again, Brianna is, I believe, 24, 25. And you know, bitch, we've all been there. This is what we talked about in the episode last week. So she came out finally on BFFs the other day. It's released, the long awaited revelation of what happened between her and Zach. And from what I saw, you know, I had to watch it. I watched it like twice because I need to know. I'm doing my homework for the pod. She said, and I quote, Zach Bryan offered her $12 million to sign an NDA so she could never talk about what happened throughout their 1-year relationship.
What did he do?
And she said, no.
Oh, you know what that means? I mean, she could get more if she tells the truth.
That's what I'm saying. And you know, 12 million, and it'll be like a course of 3 years of 12 mil, so you're not getting it right away from how she explained it. This is how I know Zach Bryan is toxic. Every single relationship he's been in, he's bought them a house near there where they grew up and things like that. He like telling her, we're gonna start a family, we're gonna get married, this and that, right? So he bought a house that's 10 mil alone, that house in Boston, I believe. And so she was going to get another. I didn't know what the thing was. She said no. And she went on her BFF's podcast with Dave Portnoy and Josh and revealed everything that happened. Apparently throughout the year. And there was some signs like when the breakup was officially announced, people were like, if you look back in the videos, you see the light go out of her eyes. And what we say, people dim who you are. And so I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm just like what I'm saying is like, she said that as soon as he posted that, like, you don't need to go on Riot, you need therapy. And that is true. Like, and he was like, he'll be drunk tweeting the most randomest, disgusting shit in the world. And he was going after like her boss, Dave Portnoy and Josh, like all that shit. And she was like, the reason why he wanted me to sign the NDA is because, again, she's very established and she's like one of our coworkers in the podcast community. She's very established on TikTok. And what she said in this like tell all basically is that like, I lost myself. I did. But then I remember who the fuck I am. Yeah. And I'm stronger than any weak man. And I was like, wow, bars.
That's right, girl.
Bars.
That's it.
Bars. And then she said, everybody like on her thing is like, you do like, and everybody's been like, people have been ruthless on her comments. They're like, oh, this is what you deserve for cheating on all your boyfriends. This is what you go. Oh, does that like? They're like burning hell. People were like, when it was announced they broke up, people were making videos of celebrating that Zach is single.
That is wild.
But those two girls before probably signed the NDA, something she didn't do, and now she's talking about it.
First of all, when he sent his wife divorce through the mail, that was,
and he wrote one of the most beautiful songs from what I've been told. I haven't heard it yet. It's called 28 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was dedication to his ex-wife.
No, burn it.
No, they wrote. I think he wrote it while they were still together, or maybe not. I don't know, like that timeline. But divorced her through paper, mail.
Not USPS knowing that I'm getting divorced before me. Like, no. Okay.
And she was deployed. No, she was deployed. Like, I don't know where she was deployed to, but she was in deployment. I was like, this man is sick. It's sick.
He's sick.
So now she like spoke about it, and she said, I'm sorry I lost my light. I'm sorry I changed who I am for this man. She's like, but I'm back better than ever. And let me tell you, if anybody knows who, like, again, for people who know who Brianna is, like, she changed her hair a lot of times, but her brattiest summer was when she was a blonde. And I feel like, and then she dyed her hair brown. And I'm not saying brunettes and blondes have more fun, but on her specifically, both colors look great. She dyes it back blonde. I'm gonna be like, damn, it's about to be crazy. She lost 15. This girl's already really petite. She lost an additional 15 pounds. This is how I know this man's sick. They would make video diaries to tell their future children how they talk and everything. And then he just out of nowhere would break up with her, like, break up, unfollow her. He's like, you're dressing like, I don't know if he said these words, but I'm just gonna like paraphrase it. He's like, you're dressing like a slut in the Golden Globes. Like, I don't want people to present this up. Like, she literally changed a lot of herself, and you could see that through her social media. And she would be like, oh, I'm just growing up. And it's like, no, sis, like, it's this man. Like, there are people that could pick up on the signs that was happening.
Yeah, it's abuse.
And it's crazy. Now, that's probably going to be the most viewed podcast at BFFs. I'm pretty sure they have probably more viewed podcasts, but I saw it and I was like, it was like a premiere basically. They're like 8 p.m. We're dropping this, and I was like, what are we dropping? But yeah, so that's been on my mind. And TikTok, better than the FBI itself. They go hard on TikTok. Like, they will find everything. And in Twitter too. So I was just like, wow, like, this is insane. And then he released a song that says he's like, take a higher ground, like, dedicated to his ex-girlfriend Brianna. He's like, but a lot, like, Brianna has been in a lot of controversy. So when she said it in the BFF, saying like, she's like, I don't know if I should take this 12 mil because, like, I've been in a lot of controversy because of him. And of course, things she said in her own shit too. Like, she said a lot of like fucked up shit too. And she was like, my Santa, like, who's really gonna be, like, I think Zach made her question who she is.
Yeah.
But then she kind of like snapped out of it. She's like, no, I will still have a fan base, hopefully. And now she's probably gonna make more. If she writes a book or anything like that, she's gonna make money.
I mean, I think she definitely has the platform to, because now she can write from the perspective of what we were talking about last week, of what so many women go through, just losing your light to a man or in a relationship, and you feel like your best isn't good enough, so you start dimming yourself down to make them feel better, and then you build yourself up, and now she gets to do that in the public eye. So she's definitely going to have a platform. She's definitely going to have fans, so that's great on her.
And part of me hopes she does stay single, because like from a really young age, she was like in relationship from like, again, cheating, but now what they call overlapping.
Anyways.
But I do hope I hope she does also go to therapy. I don't know if she does or doesn't, but I hope she does. Like, I think she needs to take a break and just be with her friends again.
I feel like when girls go from like relationship like that, I feel like they hit like one really, really bad one, and then they're like, all right,
let me calm it down. Yeah,
I get it. I'm gonna take a break, and this might be that for her. And she's
there's always that one changing relationship that happens to you, and you're like, I'm gonna calm down.
Yeah. She's gonna build herself up. She's gonna be great. She's gonna
100%.
He sounds diabolical, and he sounds like he might need some mental treatment. Like, there's a therapist for like normal people, and then there's like you need a psychiatrist with an MD so they could prescribe you things because you need actual help. Like all of that sounds very bipolarish to me. I don't know. It sounds very up and down, like inconsistent. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you.
We're not medically diagnosing anybody here.
This is Vicky's sake. Yeah. That man need help. He need help because that's not normal. That's not normal.
It's not normal at all to like do that stuff. Like that's crazy.
It is
clinically insane.
Literally, that's insane. But yeah,
that's pop culture news on Coco's side. I was really wrapped up in it. Like I was doing my research.
So I saw this going around and I thought it was hilarious. So I love Martha Stewart because she is like, I mean, for us, at our generation at least, I feel like she just always has been the epitome of what a woman is supposed to be, like a homemaker. Mm-hmm. And I love all things homemaking. Like I don't want to do it 24/7, but I love dabbling in it, you know?
Right.
And I like that she went to jail and she came out and she was still a badass, you know? And she did her time. But I saw this post going around because in her documentary, they're saying that like she's talking about her husband and how he had like all these girlfriends and everything. And then the person who's doing the documentary, like the producer or whatever, asks her and they're like, well, didn't you have an affair when you were working in the stock market? And she's like, yeah, but he didn't know about that. And she goes,
oh, queen.
I was
like, are they still together? She's still married?
I actually don't know. I haven't finished the documentary.
Oh, okay.
But she was just like, he doesn't know about that. And then the lady's like, no, he does. He said that he didn't start stepping out until you have already told him that you started. And she's like, huh, interesting. But no, that was nothing. That was nothing to like break a marriage over. That was a little snippet. And then she also admits that like one time after they first got married, they went to Europe for like 5 months, just traveling throughout Europe. And she went to the cathedral and she saw this guy and there was like music playing and paintings on the wall. And her husband, sorry, I'm so hungry. Her husband is Jewish, so he didn't go with her. He had no interest, she said. So she got wrapped up in some romantic moment with a stranger and made out with him. But she was like 19. So she's like, that was a blip. It was nothing. So
Martha.
So the clip going online is like, why is it so hard for women to take accountability? And I just want to say on Martha's behalf, she went to jail, all right? Leave her alone. She took all the accountability she needed to. She went to jail.
Why did she end up going to jail?
Was
it money laundering?
It was something money.
Okay. Probably
it was a white collar thing. Okay, so from what I heard, it wasn't even her fault. She just got the fall for it. So again, she went to jail. Leave Martha alone, okay? And
you guys are digging up in Martha's past. We all have skeletons in our closet.
She cheated with one very attractive Irishman. Her husband cheated with multiple women, okay? It's not the same. Leave her alone. Let Martha live. I am all for women taking accountability, but I feel like sis went to jail.
No. What is it that Serena said from Love Island? It's like, I support all women's rights and wrongs.
Absolutely. I support her rights and her wrongs. Okay? Leave the bitch alone.
And then also like 75. Let it go, guys. Like
she's married at like 18. Like
she's still with the no, I already asked that.
Yeah, I don't think so though, because apparently they have like a terrible marriage. But yeah, like let her live. Okay? Let her live.
Oh my god, hold on. Martha Stewart. Now I gotta know. She's 83. Y'all digging this shit up at 83?
83? Yo, she looks amazing.
She was married to Andrew Stewart from 1961 to 1990.
That's him. What's the one?
She's 83.
That lady is gorgeous, okay? But yeah, she's just a badass. I think she's super cool.
I gotta watch this documentary. It's on Netflix?
Yeah, it is on Netflix. There's also the Meg the Stallion documentary going around, and I may or may not watch it. I do not like to get into the Meg drama because I have a lot of back and forth with this. Like, Meg the Stallion, do you know, like, her drama?
Her getting shot in the foot?
It's that, and then it's like more. So, like, you know, her dad died, and then her mom died, like, right before she, like, blew up. And then so, like, her mom died, she blew up, she was in school, she was doing her whole thing.
Yes, she paid for herself to go through college. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. So then she had, like, beef with Nicki Minaj, and then she got shot in her foot, her best friend turned on her. Like, it was, like, a whole lot of stuff going on. So there's a documentary about it now, and a lot of people were up in arms because she admitted that she lied to Gail. Is it Gail King? King is her last name? Gail
King, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Oprah's friend.
Yeah.
I think it's Gail King.
She lied to her during her interview because Gail asked her, did she sleep with Tory? And Megan Thee Stallion said no. But then in court, she admitted, yes, I slept with him. But then in the documentary, she's like, why is she asking me that? Like, what does that have to do with the fact that he shot me in the foot? Like, why?
Accurate.
Right. And then everybody's
why did he shoot her in the foot?
Exactly.
She needs those feet to shake that ass of hers. Yeah,
it's a weird situation. Like, were you not trying to hurt her, but hurt her at the same time? Like, why are we shooting at all?
Like, her feet. That's the makers.
I just don't understand. But yeah. So then she said that, and everybody's like, "Oh, well, she lied, so Tory should be freed." And I'm like, no.
Sleeping with somebody is very different from getting shot at.
And she didn't lie in court. She lied to a nosy old lady who asked her something in the interview.
You can't purge yourself. Okay? She can't purge herself.
She probably regrets that body a lot. We all lie about bodies we regret. Okay? We all do it.
That's true. Yo, speak on it, bitch. Facts.
She probably is like, why the fuck did I have sex with that bitch? It is probably haunting her in her sleep. Okay? He's like the fucking leprechaun from Brooklyn that came out at night and had sex with her and then shot her in the fucking foot and is ruining her damn life.
That's comparing tomatoes. That's comparing tomatoes to
Talk
apples.
About a toxic ex? Like, I would lie too.
I never slept with him.
Okay? Free Megan. Free Martha. Free.
Wait, Megan's in jail? No. She didn't lie in court. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I mean, like, in the public opinion. Come on.
No, because okay, just because she lied about sleeping with him, she didn't lie in court. He's still, again, the sleeping had nothing to do with him shooting her in the foot. That's a crime. Like, are we okay?
Literally nobody wants to admit to having sex with naughty fucking leprechaun over here. Okay? Nobody. I don't understand. Free Megan, free Martha, let them have sex or not have sex with whoever the fuck they want. All right?
That Mark was 83. Y'all digging this shit on her now? Like, come on.
And look at everything Megan's been through. Just let her have a year of sluttiness. We all need it.
Preach. Snaps. Preach. Preach. You all need that whole phase. You need that whole phase.
She's in her 20s. She's living her best life.
She's only in her 20s?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really young. She looks young.
Like, we when we were in our 20s, like, that's what you do.
That builds character. A whole phase builds character, okay?
She's such an amazing person in her 30s because of everything she went through in her 20s. Like, come on.
Exactly.
Let her live. But yeah, that is for that. I'll watch that documentary eventually.
Yeah, she's only 29.
Yeah, see?
Guys, whole phases have no age. I want that also to be known. There's people that, like, have been married. Like, there are people that married really young, and they may either have divorced or whatever like that, or they've been in long-term relationships real young. Again, but let yourself have a whole face because you need to build character.
Amen.
That's all we're saying here in Convict.
And speaking of,
again, you do regret some people you sleep with. Little midget from fucking Brooklyn is hilarious. I'm putting that on my wall. That's funny. You said leprechaun.
That's a movie. You never saw it, Leprechaun from Brooklyn?
It what?
Anyways, next.
Oh my god, what else happened in pop news? I feel like I can't. Damn.
Okay, so speaking of posts that I've seen and women and all their emotions, hysteria.
Well, yeah, you texted me that, and I was like, okay, but like, what happened? And I had to know from the pod.
You know what the cure, the old cure of hysteria was?
No.
They used to use vibrators on the clit to cure hysteria.
To calm down hysteria?
Yes. I think that's like why they were created. It literally, like, if you Google,
I feel like my brain is not understanding. Like, it looks so cool. I feel like I'm trying to wrap my brain around this. So they made so to calm down hysteria.
The old cure for hysteria was putting a vibrator
to the clip. Only women had hysteria.
Yes. Okay, so like the word
sounds very male navigated.
Of course, the word hysteria originates from the Greek word for uterus, hystera. You didn't know that?
I didn't.
And then historically,
hysteria means like you're losing your mind, right? Am I just confusing that?
So like the symptoms were shortness of breath, anxiety, insomnia, fainting, amnesia, paralysis, pain, spasms, convulsive fits, vomiting, deafness, bizarre moments, seizures, hallucinations, inability to speak, and infertility.
So basically, women were like claimed to be losing their minds. People would claim they're losing their, and then to calm her down, they would put a vibrator on her clit to make her orgasm. Was it the point to orgasm? And
I guess that. Let me.
I feel like I need to read this article because now I feel like I'm assuming things. It's here.
So it says
right here.
Hysteria was believed to be a condition. Hold on. Old cures for hysteria during the 19th century included vibratory massage, hydrotherapy, hypnosis, and bed rest. It also says that in the Victorian era, doctors treated women by genital stimulation to induce hysterical paroxysm or an orgasm. The hysteria was supposed to be a buildup of fluid in the woman's womb. The doctors assumed that since men ejaculated and felt better, then it stood to reason.
So was the girl squirting and coming? Is that what it is?
Yeah, like they were just
okay, yeah, it's okay for us learning how to squirt and everything. Like, let's go.
Like, oh, she's acting crazy. She must need an orgasm. Like,
sometimes you do need an orgasm. We're being real. Like, sometimes just like an orgasm, you're like, I'm fine.
And that is the lesson of the day. If you have problems in your life, ladies, or if you feel like everything is just falling to the fucking ground, or, you know, your life is about to explode, you're at your wit's end, you need a mental break, what you really need is an orgasm. And that was all the problems. Not your antidepressant.
Wow. That's so crazy. It's like when you said talk about, I did not even like Google it. And like I was like, oh, I can't wait to hear. I'm thinking like something happened. Wow, that's wild.
I know.
Wild.
No.
Oh
I
my
found
god.
it really interesting. So, did you see Ashley on Files? Or is it?
Our coworker Nick.
Yes.
Nick Vial. Vial?
Theo? I don't know.
No, Nick used to be a part of the Bachelor world. I mean, he still is.
Right.
But now he's a podcaster. Co-workers, basically all of us.
Mm-hmm.
So, I didn't see it, but I saw the tweets about it.
Yeah.
Also, with something, and people are gonna call me like they're gonna be yelling at the car wherever they listen.
Yeah.
I forgot that Instagram has Threads, which is basically like Twitter.
Yeah.
Because I try to click on something, they're like open Threads. I'm like, what the fuck is Threads? So what I want to say with that is somebody wrote on Twitter, it was like, I strive to be this Delulu. Like I would hope never to be this Delulu. Did you watch it? I didn't watch it. So what was said?
So I didn't watch it, but I did see a few reels, like, previews. And from that, I'm going to take that and just use that as my summary of the whole conversation, because it was giving, I want to give Ashley the benefit of the doubt. So I'm not going to say it was a Delulu. I'm just going to say she knows her man, I don't. That's it. But it was just basically like the baby mama apologized to her, like reached out to her and apologized for coming out with all this information that she was being pushed by her family and other people behind the scenes to like be that person. But that Tyler did cut off ties. I think that it was becoming to a point where the family dynamic was always supposed to be her with her wife or her with a wife and not him. And he was always supposed to just be a sperm donor. And it alluded that that was becoming a problem, and he cut off ties so that that can happen. So he separated and spoke to her about that before leaving. And it's very hard for him.
Did she lie? Did the baby mama lie?
So I don't know if she lied or if she told parts of the truth that made up one story. Like, I still think everything she said is still true, but she left out
pieces of,
right. Like, she probably left out the fact that maybe she doesn't want him involved, right? Or maybe she's not suing him for child support, or maybe like she does want to. She's engaged to another woman now, so maybe she does want to continue her family with her wife and not him. And maybe like that's also a part of the dynamic. I don't know at this point, but that's pretty much what it was. And that I think she's pregnant.
Ashley?
Did you see that? Yeah.
She's pregnant?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, that's not breaking news. Hold on.
Let me confirm.
Wait, talking about Love is Blind, did you see what the new thing is with Marissa?
Before we get into that, I just want to clarify something. I know last time I said that Love is Blind Australia is coming out now. I meant Love Island Australia.
Oh yeah, we gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the last episode of Penguin?
No, that comes out this Sunday.
Oh.
But I did see that episode. Okay. Like, there's one more episode.
Oh, okay. So I'm just like losing my mind. What else? Oh, what was? Oh, guys, I sent this to Vicky this week.
Oh my God.
This is Convict Conspiracy Corner. There's a new documentary about JonBenet Ramsey.
Can't wait.
And I sent it to Vicky because I told her to mark her calendars. I think Netflix has this thing where you could like webcam in and then you watch it together, like a watch party.
Really?
I think. Don't quote me. Don't quote me. But we're gonna do that. We're gonna watch it at the same exact time. So we're gonna have to build this out. Get a Zoom link.
Never knew this, but okay.
And we're gonna watch it because and a lot of people are like, they could only beat this case so much because like every 5 to 10 years, like a new documentary comes out about JonBenet Ramsey and what happened to her. And I just gotta say,
I already figured it out.
Yeah, like Vicky broke the case basically.
It's a saga.
I am excited to see because now Vicky will know all the information, not just cut up information from me. And we're gonna see. I think it premieres November 25th? Question mark? Maybe. Don't remember the date, but we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, going back to Love Island. No, Love is Blind.
I know, it's so confusing, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of love. A lot of love.
So much love.
We love love.
Okay, I'm done with Love is Blind for now. Done with Ashley and Tyler and their Delulu lives and whatever. I'm done. Wish them the best. And yeah, but Love Island Australia has been great. They just preview that they're bringing in, what is it, Sydney from USA 4 or 3, USA season 3, I think. She's gonna come in, and this guy from
Is she a
France.
bombshell?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So far it's pretty good. I'm liking what's going on. This Australia is usually like a slower season, but this season seems like it's starting to pick up. Like, you know, like they get
okay. It's a slow burn. Like
yeah, it's a bit of a slow burn, but it's starting to pick up this always. So I'm excited. The girls are hot.
Always.
I have to say the girls in UK last season, not that they're not hot, they're all beautiful women, but their fillers aged them so bad. Like, these women look like they were like 32, they were 24.
No way. I feel like that's a lot of the controversials with fillers too.
Yeah, but it's also like what you have to research who's doing your filler, because different doctors get different results.
Because it's not the same filler, right? It's not like a same
like
filler brand.
The amount, you know, or like the exact placement, or like some doctors like really care about your aesthetics, and they'll tell you like, you don't need this, you need this, or you don't, you know, and they'll put like a little bit. I don't know. I think you need to put. There's a lot more artist craftsmanship into fillers and Botox than a lot of doctors care for.
I do want to kind of say this. I don't think you should touch your face so young.
Yeah. 20,
like don't
22
like, yeah, I personally don't think people need like Botox like at 21.
Yeah,
but I know like genetics plays a big role in that. But like I have like 11s on my head, and I just like, you know, I'm just living it out with that. Like,
I'm counting my pennies for Botox now.
Really? I would like Botox. I just like would like it here because I make face, but I know like I'm gonna have smile lines because I smile a lot and I laugh. Yeah. You know, life sometimes crushes me down, but like I smile still.
But it's also like your dimples though. Like you have like long dimples.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for me, I need to get the Masseters Botox. That I need because I have like TMJ and grinding and all of that.
Right.
But also, if it makes my jaw slimmer, I don't mind that.
You know, we love a side effect.
You know, like I don't need you to convince me to make me more beautiful. Like, just do it.
Help me help you. Here's my money. No, but I always say that. I'm like, don't touch your face so young, people. Like, let it kind of
leave that for us old aunties.
Leave it alone. Sometimes it all works out. You know what you should invest in? Like, good skin products.
Yes.
Let me tell you right now.
Water.
Water. Yeah, water. Let me say this. When I was on the pill, my acne went away a lot because like that it regulates your hormones and everything. Birth control. But you know, I do like drinking water a lot. But like when like there's sometimes like obviously like I have been drinking. I'm currently off the pill, whatever. But I drink a lot of water now, and I'm like, my skin is still glowing. I always feared like the acne would come back after I stopped taking the pill. And of course, anybody has like a pimple. Like we all get our periods and everything. But like water is just like it, guys. Like drink your water, drink as much as you can. You know, my Yeti.
Your fruits, drink your water. Tia Coco.
Drink Yeti cups, you know. Sponsor us.
Simply modern.
Simply modern. Owala. But just drink your waters. And I know our like Rich and Jose don't understand. But me and Vicky have a really like problem. Like I love water bottles and Vicky loves mugs.
I do.
And again, we talked about this in our first episode.
Yeah.
But like, guys, let us be, okay? I need to be in a certain mood for certain things, okay? Like, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I just like, okay, so Sephora's having like their sale right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm now.
Reminded me, I need to go shop. Remember.
Yes. Remember. But what I want you to try is this Tatcha cream.
Send it to me.
I will. So I've tried this cream before when it was like a sampler that I got for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
It's the purple tube.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I love this cream so much that I was pinching my pennies so I could buy the big jug of it. It is $75 for the big tub. I know, and it's expensive. They were having a sale and I bought it. I swear by this cream. When I actually stopped using it because I couldn't afford it, I was depressed. But now that your girl can, because she waited for a sale, guys, this is the cream. The Tatcha, the
That's
dewy skin cream.
$75? Girl,
No, but let me tell you,
magic.
it is. It is magic. This cream, like it claim it for me at least, it comes from antitoxin rich in Japanese pure rice. You know, like Korean, Japanese, they all have like the top skincare. But when I'm telling you, this cream changed my life. It is worth the investment.
Does it
It like
do?
plumps your face, it hydrates it. It for me, it's like, and it could be a placebo. So I feel like nobody ever sold me on this cream. I just tried it one day, and my
You do
skin
look
reacts
glowy.
nice. Thank you. I'm just saying.
You do look glowy. I see the clear skin. I see the rosy cheeks. You do look glowy.
Like,
okay.
And I just have to say, like, I know it's expensive. Like, don't get me wrong. I know it's expensive, but guys, it is worth it. Like, I told my friends, because my friends are very supportive of our podcast. Love you, girls. And I was like, guys, not to be an influencer or anything, but the Tatcha is having a sale right now, and I recommend this cream. And then I joked around. I'm like, use cocoa for like 15%. And then I showed them the real code to use.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, this cream is magical.
This is like one of those things where you take literally a dabble and spread it.
Yeah, no. So it comes with its own little like thing, like scalpel to like put the cream.
Yeah,
and it smells so good. Like you just need a little bit, goes a long way with this cream.
Yummy, yummy.
And let me tell you right now, since Sephora is having a sale, I do recommend getting it. They also have like, if you want to see it react, because everybody has also different skin. Like you could react differently to things. Sometimes the chemicals in it doesn't really react well. Like you get an allergic reaction. They do have right now in Sephora the Tatcha that cream and then the rice cleanser, which is really good too for like $30. It's like all sample sizes.
Mm-hmm.
So I do recommend getting that before you like sell your full, paycheck to the Tatcha cream. But it's worth it, you guys. It's so good. But and then I went to Sephora the other day. And with the sale, I just bought like 4 things. Why did these 4 things cost me $100? Like, why is it always so damn expensive?
Of course. I wouldn't expect you to say anything less.
No, I was just like, okay. I know I did this.
It's very humbling. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Because they're like, I was like, did you include my, because I'm a VIB person.
Yeah,
like, did you include the 15%? They're like, yeah. I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's in there.
I was like, oh. I'm like, for the 4 items? They're like, yeah. And I was like,
just processing. Just processing it all.
They said that number, and I was like, I'm like, I literally told that and told that poor, I asked her to share it, and she told me the number. She was like 113. I was like, is that with the 15%? And she's like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Right.
Okay. Not hurt. I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I just went on a tangent.
No, it's fine. You're putting us on to the good stuff.
Exactly.
Okay, so onto our deep, dark thoughts.
Ooh.
Which really is never even that deep. But for dramatic effect.
I think when we're editing, we should go dun dun dun.
Yes. Just to be even more extra. Like, why the fuck not? What is your worst habit, and how has it derailed your goals?
My worst habit. I think my worst habit is sometimes not being like not following through on things.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I feel like I have all that momentum and everything, and then like something happens or something like derails it, and I'm just like, I'll get back to it. Like kind of like that. So I think that's one of my probably plenty bad habits that I have. But I'm trying to think what else.
So like this kind of comes
How about you?
from this kind of comes from like the company I work for. They take us on a company retreat, and last year we went and we had to sit through like a whole talker. Like a guy came and he spoke to us for like an hour. And one of the things that he had us work on, he told us that he did like a year of therapy and journaling, and then one day his like mentors asked him to write down a word, like a noun that describes him, right? So like I think he was like a train, right? That's the word that he picked. Like he just kept going, chugga chugga choo choo, whatever the fuck, right? So and then what you need to decide is if that's still serving you, and if you pick a new noun for that you're going to be to like get you from point A to point B in your life, to like elevate you. So I've always had a hard time with that, right? Like figuring out what is my word and how should I be looking at this. And it's coming up to like a year since that retreat and I still can't think of a word. But it has made me think of like my habits. And I read Atomic Habits earlier this year, and it's a really great book. It really helps you focus on like the goals that you put in your mind. Like New Year's is coming up, your resolutions. Everybody has like all these goals of who they want to be. Like, I'm gonna be a runner. I'm gonna work out this many times. I'm gonna eat healthy. I'm gonna drink this much water. Whatever. But then their habits derail them from like all of it. And it's like, so Atomic Habits is a book that teaches you like habit stacking or like other ways to like trick yourself into getting into better habits so that you could achieve all these goals that you set for yourself. And then all of that combined kind of made me think of like all my habits and start reflecting on like what I'm doing and am I stepping towards my purpose and what I want to do in life and how's that working out for me. And I think for me, my worst habit is, and I'm sure there's like a combination word for all of this, but I haven't figured that out. So I'm just going to like tell you all of it and spill it all out. But it's basically like, for me, I will procrastinate on something and then stop believing in it.
Yes.
And then, so then it won't come to fruition. Yeah. So like I will be like I'm supposed to be jogging every morning. I think I mentioned this on one of the pods. I'm supposed to wake up in the morning, go for a jog, come back. For the life of me, I have not. And then it's like at the same time, I know I have to give myself grace and I have a lot going on in life and I have to like find time to do it. But it really is that simple sometimes where you just choose to do these things because you have enough time in the day and you can just do them. And when it comes down to like the people who get things done and the people who don't, that really is the difference, is that they choose to do. And so that's my habit. I don't do. I'm not choosing to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that.
But
I
then
get
like
that a lot. It's like there's there's 24 hours in a day. How come I just can't even carve out 15 minutes to do this thing?
Right. Or like meditate or like just do yoga. It could literally be 20 minutes of your day. It doesn't have to be like this whole grind out planned travel to do yoga for an hour to travel. It doesn't have to be all that. I could literally do yoga for 20 minutes in my living room and I choose not to.
Right.
So like, what would that noun be? Like, I don't know.
Oh, you're asking me. I'm like, oh,
So that's kind of what I wanted to think about, and I wanted listeners to think about, and I wanted you to think about, so that we could all figure out what we're doing with ourselves now. Because I think one of my questions a few weeks ago was like life choices, and if you're setting yourself up to live the life that you want to live. This kind of like goes with that, where it's like, let's all think about this as a community, and let's all like think about our habits and where we are in our life and what we're doing and how we can, what we need to change or who we need to be to do better, or what we need to be to do better.
I like that.
For you, what are some things that like you would change?
I think most of all, I changed my mindset on things I set goals for. And I think like everybody, like for me, like I am on this weight loss journey.
Yeah.
But
You're doing amazing.
I know, it's great. And for me, it's just like before I used to be like, oh, I have to lose like 80 pounds, like right off the bat. But sometimes you just need like step by step, like, okay, you passed the 5 pound mark, great. You passed the 10 pound mark, like things like that. I think I'm more realistically. But when it comes to choices, it's like, you know, choosing not to eat a certain meal and choosing another healthier meal. Like those are the choices you have to make, kind of thing. And getting into a habit of that. That's like one thing. And then for me, I'm trying to think like I feel like again for me because I don't sometimes follow through with a lot of things. It's just like maybe I just need to change the goal itself. You know, like kind of like take little steps to get to that big end game of it all. Right? I don't know what the word is though, so I wouldn't know what to tell you.
It's so hard. Like you wouldn't think thinking of a noun is that hard, but it really is so hard. But that's okay because you don't have to know it now. It's just to give you something to think about. And now you could think about this and you could bring this up with like your friends and with Jose and, you know, Angie and everybody, and like just really reflect on like take a second and look at your life and be like, well, I still have time. Maybe I need to make these changes so that I could really like go for it and I could really do it. You know what I mean? I really like that idea. So I'm glad we spoke about it.
I like it. How about you? Like,
I think I just need to be a doer. I need to Nike up and just do it, and stop with the extreme.
Yeah, but again, it's like, but it's also life sometimes. Like you are tired.
It is.
We all are tired, but you know you're tired, but I think it's like baby steps. You know what I mean?
But you know, this is also something that like like I had, you know how you have mental like conversations, like you have conversations with yourself.
You gotta consult the realist in the game.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta talk.
Like come on, like the realist of the game is who you consult all the time. Like
who else are they gonna talk to about me? So I was talking to myself earlier this year, and I realized like
I gotta do it for me.
After I had my kids, I kind of like let myself sink into that depression that I was talking about, and it's because I kept feeling like everything was so hard to do, and I had to remember and remind myself, bitch, you could do hard things. Like, you can do hard things. And it's like, sometimes I have to like look at myself and be like, no, bitch, you can do this because you can do hard things. And hard things are only temporary. And you do them and you move on and you feel better. And then also, it's like, life is hard. Life does happen. Everything happens. Everything comes crashing down all the time. And if you keep letting that stop you, you're never going to go anywhere. Take your breaks, but don't let that be your life.
Don't let that obstacle defeat you completely.
Right. Like my great grandma used to always say, don't let anything ever cripple you. That comes mentally. You know, like you have
what a lot of people say is like sometimes mentally you beat yourself down so fast you're like, fuck it. You know what I mean?
That's the mental problem is the biggest obstacle. Like just getting out of your head and getting out of telling yourself that this can't be done is the biggest obstacle. It's the hardest part. Getting yourself to like pick the healthier food, or like getting yourself to set up your podcast stuff and put yourself out there, like getting yourself to like write down that book you always wanted to write, or you know, be the creative, or quit the job, or whatever it is. Getting yourself to realize that you can do it is always the hardest part. But you can do hard things.
You can. You really can. You just also have to believe in yourself.
Yeah. And that comes with doing hard things. Like once you do one hard thing, you're like, well, I got through that, so then I could get through this. And then you keep going and you keep going. And then before you know it, you're like, I'm a fucking badass. Like,
you a bad bitch.
Bad bitches only. Like,
exactly. What? Preach on that.
Oh my goodness. But yeah. Okay, so if you guys are listening, I want you guys to go and comment on us what your bad habits are. Comment on our Instagram or our TikTok or wherever. Just let us know. Shoot us a DM. Talk to us. We want to hear you.
Yeah, for real, talk to us. We answer. We're here.
Yes.
Bad habits. I keep thinking about the Ed Sheeran song. Not late, not habits. I'm not gonna sing it because I obviously don't know the words now. I got nervous.
I feel like your singing made me forget the song completely because I'm like, what song is that?
I can't. I'm like,
okay, well, you think about
conversations with a stranger. I barely know. I'm not gonna sing. I'm sorry to everybody that heard that just now. I don't know why I say I love this song, and as soon as you're like nobody even, you know what's even crazy? Nobody asked me to sing this song.
Not a soul. Not a single soul actually listened.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Great. Thanks.
Save our ears, ho.
No, seriously.
Oh my gosh.
So the positive quote for today is, words can inspire, thoughts can provoke, but only actions truly bring you closer to your dreams. By Brad Sugars.
Snaps all around.
Okay, I be Googling. All right, I be Googling these positive quotes.
We are going to need positive quotes now more than ever.
Every day. Not just once a week. Every
you know
day.
What, guys? Do your words. There was a series on TikTok. Sorry, something distracted. I thought it was like a fly in my house.
Squirrel.
There was a series on TikTok about a girl that would just like sing in front of her mirror. Like, I think it was like Rude Boy from Rihanna. And they were like, let's just hide. Oh, no. It was Bitches That's Have My Money. And then you're like, okay, hide in the mirror. I was like, yes, let's go. Like, you just gotta hype yourself up.
Did you see my fave, Kristen Bell, on, what was she on? Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon? One of the Jimmys. Oh, no, not even. She was on Seth? I don't know. She was on a talk show at night talking about her daughters and her husband, Dax Shepard. And she's saying, like, how it's hard with girls, you know, they're in the teenage years. Sometimes, you know, they just don't mentally want to do it. They're, like, defeated. So she said that Dax makes them stand in the mirror and quote Lizzo. It's like, I'm a bad bitch, okay? And then that always makes them feel better.
Yes, you are. We are. Exactly. Okay.
Sometimes
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like their way of parenting.
I love it.
Yeah, like that's really good parenting. Like,
I tell my kids all the time. Mind you, they're 2 and 4, but I'm always like, because you know they're kids. They're always like, "Well, I can't do it. I can't do it." I'm like, you can do anything. I don't like that can't. That can't shit drives me crazy.
Don't start so young saying can't.
Yeah,
you do whatever you want. Yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to start off hopeful.
Yes. Don't go backwards. Forward.
Yeah. No, you can do anything.
Yes. I mean, don't climb on that couch and jump like a 6 foot. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You can do anything else.
You can do that, but you shouldn't do that. You should not do that. And I would not
I feel like it's always good, like now more than ever, to like have positive words of affirmation for the new generation growing up, because we did not have words of affirmation.
We need it for our generation.
We need it more now. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just need like there's like apps now that just like provides a quote of the day, like words of affirmation. I'm like, sometimes you just really have to go, I'm a bad bitch. Like,
yeah, that's my affirmation is I can do hard things. I got it from this book I read earlier this year called Untamed by Glennon Doyle. And she says it in the book, and it resonated so hard with me. I was like, bitch, you over here whining like a little whiny ass bitch talking about me, life is so hard. Get your ass up and do it. Okay, you can do hard things.
You can do hard things. That's the title of the podcast.
There you go. You're welcome.
You can do hard things.
You're welcome.
Look at that. I was trying to think about that Lizzo song now. What is it? man gotta be? Wait, hold on. You saw me, I was like,
oh my God.
yo, this has been a rough day for me.
I know I'm 100% bad bitch.
Why men great till they gotta be great?
Yes, why men great till they gotta be great?
I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that bitch. Even when I'm crying crazy, yeah, I got boy problems. That's the human in me. Bling bling. Then I saw them. That's the goodness in me. You could have had a bad bitch. Not gonna
what was it?
Help you with your career. Just a little. There's a bit to hold me down, but now you holding me back, and that's the sound of me not calling you back. I got so nervous again out of nowhere. I was like, ah.
Now we're over here butchering lyrics.
No,
butchering.
They're gonna be like, go home. Like, I'm sorry.
They're no longer gonna listen.
No, they're gonna be like, wow, this was it. This was the episode.
This is where we end the pod.
Damn, guys, I'm sorry. It's just like. I got nervies.
She froze. No, it's hilarious.
You know what's also crazy? This unknown number is calling me, and this is why people say, like, when they're like, who's your emergency contact? I'm like, obviously nobody that I would know, because nobody picks up unknown numbers. Just call 911.
If I don't pick up the phone, don't call me.
Like, leave me a voicemail, then I'll know.
Exactly. I was literally just about to say that. You're gonna have to leave me a voicemail. But yeah. Alright guys, on today's episode of Convict, we spoke about the election. It's
Crazy
just
times.
is what it is. Okay? It's just it is. That's what we have to say about that. It is.
Really.
In pop culture, leave Martha and Megan alone. God,
the chicken fry. I can't wait to see what you do next.
Yes, and chicken fry. Okay, girl. All three of you ladies are gonna glow up and be beautiful and be amazing. Well, Martha, you already there.
Martha's old. Like
Martha's already. She is
still beautiful. Still beautiful.
She is.
83.
Amazing. Lost my train of thought.
Damn. You know, I also heard from the Martha podcast is that like everybody was coming down on her, and this is what always happens. People come down on women for being like a boss ass bitch. And they're like, "Oh, she's a bitch."
Yeah. They were saying that in the documentary that she was.
Yeah, and she's like, "No, I was just wanting to get make sure my company was that." Like, if so, what you can't win as a woman ever. Like that ass, you can't
win. You can't win. You might as well just stop trying. No,
that's not the time.
No, I take it back. You fight. Okay, we roll up our sleeves and we fight. And remember,
you could be assertive as a woman. Okay.
Yeah.
Quotes.
And if you need to be, you can be a bitch too. All right, fuck them people.
No, people say like the people wouldn't be like, "Oh, you're assertive, you're a bitch." It's like, no, I'm assertive because I need to be. Calm it down. I'm assertive. And if you call me a bitch, well then, damn, man the fuck up.
This is what you tell them. You say, I'm assertive, but if you need me to be a bitch, I can show you one.
Don't make me come out of my face either.
You want to see a bitch? I could show you a bitch. But anyways.
Anyway, woof. Bring it back.
You can do hard things, ladies. We love you.
The fact that you're like, maybe we should give up, and then said that, I was like, where are we going? Didn't we just have a whole positive talk like 10 seconds ago?
I took it back.
This is why, you know what, guys? This is why we check each other.
Yeah,
we check each other.
I said I'm trying to adapt this mentality. I'm a work in progress myself.
God is working on all of us. Okay, we are all work in progresses.
All right. But yeah,
okay.
This is the ConVicPodcast. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. ConVicPodcast. Bye.
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Also, guys, if you guys really want to see our facial expressions, YouTube is it. Because when we edited both, I'll be like, I'm dying. I'm laughing. Look at how I'm looking at you. Sometimes I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. I do.
Yes, guys, follow us, support, subscribe, comment,
Please
interact with us. We're in the DMs.
Talk to
us. We're here, guys. We might go live one day. You never know.
You never know. Maybe when we're watching John Benet Ramsey.
Oh my god.
And again, it was a frogger. I don't understand why people even.
By the way, it's not a flogger.
It's a frogger.
No, it's a squatter.
No, I told you, a squatter is somebody who stays in a vacant house. A frogger is somebody who stays in a house that is occupied.
Oh, okay.
They sleep in like the crawl space or the attic.
That's so weird. That makes me get scared to buy a house.
So weird. I just told my boss about it because he has multiple properties. He's like, great, now I can't sleep. I was like, oops.
Sorry. Anyway. This is our most chaotic episode in the world. Episode 8. We out here. Bye.